Hi guys, Dorota International Nail Artist and Educator here, and I'm in with my client. So we did a set of those nails almost, and I have left two thumbs to show you how I'm sculpting it. She has a difference in the size of the nails, so I will try to also balance them out like as much as possible. And the first step was push back the cuticles and then shorten the free edge. You don't want to shorten it too much, like you want to get a little bit of the free edge so you can easily hook the form underneath, and then the scratch surface of the natural nail, like make sure there is no shiny places left if you want the product to last really nice and long time. And then do the same on the other hand. So shorten this free edge. And remove the shine from the natural nail. I'm using 180 grit for a natural nail. And then we can remove the dust and trim the cuticle. It is going to be a first trim, and then later on, after we finish the filing, I will do the second round of cleaning the cuticle. So first of all, I'm just doing a little bit what is necessary, because I don't want to overdo it before we finish all the filing. Then dehydrate with the blue scrub. Dehydration is really important. Like if the nail plate isn't dehydrated properly, the product is not gonna last really well. Now with the thumbs, we have to cut the forms like just so they fit in, because as you can see it, if we take the form like this and we try to put it underneath of the nail, it is not gonna fit in properly. Or maybe actually I will be surprised in this case. So oh wow, okay, so with this client I might actually even don't need to trim the form. It could slide underneath, but I will show you what I usually do. So usually I would get rid of the first row in a form just like this to widen it a little bit, and that's how you solve like the problem of really wide nails. Okay, slide it underneath so your S letter goes in the middle, and then we are gonna pinch it as nice as possible, like give it a decent pinch, and then apply the form underneath of the other hand. Slide it in, and again I'm just gonna trim it a little bit to make my life easier and to be able to pinch it a little bit more. Slide it in and then close it. Try to follow the two bones just so you get a really nice and even fit. And I'm just gonna check it the other thumb. Apply an extra nail prep to dehydrate those nails. And the tabs, I want them open. If they open, the forms is nice and straight, rather than running down the way. Universal air bond. And then we are gonna sculpt them with the perfect rose gel for a really nice natural looking color. Okay, so I will just grab my brush and apply very thin layer, like press it really hard into the nail. Nice and hard press. Pinch this one even stronger. And then pick up another scoop, apply it at where the natural nail is, and then build up a very slim skeleton of the nail. And give it a cure. Do the same in here. So press really well the product into the nail plate. And because I have cut out the first row, so like the previous nails I have done to the letter M, now I'm doing to the letter M.5 because we have cut out the entire row of the form. Change. Now once this is done, we can start doing the apex area, but before I touch it, I make sure the product is cured properly. You know, with the thumbs, sometimes client can keep it a little bit wrong, and it may cause some issues with the lasting of the product when it's not cured properly. Now pick up like a huge scoop of the product, like as big as you can get, and then release it from your brush. Once you release it from your brush, you can start going one side and other side and start dragging it down. Almost like a reverse smile line. One side, other side, one side, other side. And now touch up the sides. You want to make sure the product is everywhere. Same on the other side. Check the apex area. And then once you're happy, give it a cure. Do the same on the other hand. So nice and thin layer. Like I can also apply it into those places where we did miss the product or where the product shrink previously. And it also gives you much more control over the product, like if you're working in such a thin layer. And then just build up the apex. Try to don't overwork your product. Like it is really cold in here and my clients' hands are freezing, so the product feels really solid. I do not personally like working with a very solid product. It's always taking me a little bit longer to work it through it. Touch up those sides just so we've got a little bit less filing. And then I need to push this product into that corner because I started a little bit too low. So ideally you want to go like, you know, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters from the cuticle area. Check on the apex. It is nicely hidden there. Let's cure it. Okay, and when your client is curing, like close all your products. And then the right hand should be ready. So I just take the right hand, pull the form down, remove the inhibition layer, and now we are gonna shape those nail. One side, keep it those nice V shape. So one side, other side, one side, other side. I like to do it a little bit at the time. Shorten the free edge. Check the height of the side walls, like you want them equal, and then blend everything around the cuticle area. So this is the crucial steps which I'm doing every single time, and after I do that, I know where I've got too much or too little product, or how I should shape the nail. You don't want to touch the apex area, because it will be just such a waste, like we have applied so much product and then you want to file it, no point of it. but we need to thin out the free edge. You want the free edge to be really nice and thin. Then do the same on the other hand. So pull the form down, remove the inhibition layer. One side, other side. With this one I need to be careful because it's much smaller in size, this hand, so I kind of filed it a little bit less just so they look more equal. And it is pretty common actually to have clients with two different sizes of their hands and nails. I think it is the same like with our feet, like one foot is bigger than the other. Actually, I've got it on my left feet, like, so when I'm buying any shoes, I make sure they fit my left feet because I had all the toes broken there. I put it into the motorbike when it was moving, when I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 years old. Okay, shorten it and then thin out the free edge. Compare with the other thumb. Okay, the difference isn't too obvious, which I am glad about. Step number 2, we are going to use the buffer and buff the entire surface of the nail. Make sure the things really nicely blend in around the cuticle area. You don't want to know where the product is starting. Same on the other hand. And I'm using the buffer 180 by 100 grid to do this step. Next thing is to remove the dust, and then we need to tidy up the cuticle area. I'm using a wee bowl for it to exfoliate the nail fold. Nice and gentle. That always makes a really big improvement. Do the same on this side. Put it back into the reverse. Nice and gentle, keep checking. And then we will be able to move on into this beautiful design of the black Christmas nails. So I like my client hand to be usually open. It's much easier for me to reach it. Okay, happy with that. So this is what we've got to work with, and then let's start cleaning them and we can do the design. Okay, so let's start the fan. I've got the back of the forms, the ones which we have used for sculpting it, and I will be needing it for my design. So first of all, I want to make sure like the cuticles are pushed back nicely, like as much as possible. There is no things in there, so I will be doing it and rechecking just before I apply the product. 183, which is our black ink. And you want to go really nice and thin. Then on this one we are gonna go halfway. And now I'm gonna grab the D-liner brush, exercise it, if you're really fussy, you can touch it up around the cuticle area. Here we are gonna paint some numb, and then on the other side we are gonna go halfway. That isn't halfway. I need you closer, that's it. And then again, D-liner brush. The thumbnail to go full. And then just clean it up. Wait a second. I want to do re-inspection. Oh, see? And that was good because here it got touched. Perfect, cook it. Perfect, and then once it's cooked, we can move on into the next step. So what you want to do it is grab this color and start painting a hat. Okay, so here we are gonna paint a hat. Nice and wobbly. Then color it in. dotting tool and place 2 eyes in there. Apply the second layer on the pinky. Perfected this one. I don't need the second layer on that one because it was actually quite nice. Sometimes you can get away with the one layer when it comes to this black. So I'm just really touching it up if it's necessary. And cook. Perfect, that's all cooked, guys, and we can move on into the next step. So I'm just grabbing 174, which is like a beautiful red. And you want to add also a drop of the top coat in there. So a high shine, no white top gel, just a drop of it. And then we are gonna use also some white gel. You want to do a small scoop in here and then a bigger scoop later on because we are gonna use it for other detail. Now the preparation is lots of top coat, a drop of the white and a drop of the red. Okay, so we can create like a very see-through blush color. And with this blush color, we are gonna paint our cheeks. This is too light, so more red and more top coat. Just to get those really beautiful blush color. And same on the other side. At the same time, just to speed up the things, I'm applying the top coat on the pinky. And I'm not gonna do it top coat on any other nails because like the pinky runs to the one side, so I want to cure it and prevent this top coat going down on the one side. Perfect, cook. Perfect, next step. So we want to start adding some nose outline, and I'm just gonna use the same color and just place this nose where the eyes are. Maybe a little bit lighter because we are gonna do it the nose 3D, but you want the mixture of those all those colors in there. It will look really, really nice once we place like a 3D ball of the gel over it, and once we sugar it as well. I'm gonna also top coat the thumbnail, nice and thin layer, and you have to check, guys, how the light is reflecting over it to make sure things looks really nice and pretty. Okay, make sure there is no dust, particles or anything going on. And again, cook it. Perfect, next step. I'm really getting excited over the things. So you want to use the UV cleanser to remove the inhibition layer from your black. Okay. And then using a transfer foil gel glue, we are gonna paint like on some line in the middle. You can go nice and wavy. Just like nice, decent thick line in the middle. And at the same time, straight away, I'm gonna start putting some, or maybe not, we will do it, sugar it. So we need to just add some sparkle in the eye of our gnome. So white, sparkle, sparkle. Let's cook this all. Perfect, ready for the next step. So you want to grab some gold transfer foil, and I choose pale gold. Like, I really love the pale gold look, and my client really badly wanted something with gold in it, and I thought like this will be a nice incorporation of the gold into the design. So on the places where we have put the transfer foil gel, I'm just transferring those gold transfer foil. Very easy to do so on the client's nails. Like, you guys see me doing things sometimes on the tips, and sometimes I can actually struggle more on the tips than I do it on the clients, because they moving, and then this is much more sturdy. Look at this gold, absolutely best gold ever. I love it so much. Okay, time for the top coat. So we need to top coat the transfer foil and the black in here. And I love it that we've got those perfect rose base in here and perfect rose base in there for our gnome. Really nice and pretty. Later on, when those nails will grow, you will only have a top coat around the cuticle area, which make the nails looks better even for many weeks. Like, so you don't want big jumps in there. We've got nice hidden apex here as well. So top coat everything. Let me check if the thumb was top coated. Yes, it was. Perfect. So after we cure them, make sure 60 seconds, we can move on into sugaring. Perfect. We are ready for the next step. So now we need to do some sugaring. And I want some snowflake in here. I want another snowflake in there, but this one's slightly different, like more complex. I mean, it's still very easy. So 2 dots. Again, 2 dots, 2 dots. And then one large, 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 large. Nice and slowly. Now I can twist the client hand into the direction which is much comfier for me. Client is just watching the other hand because she's moving. Oh gosh, sorry guys. So my client was like, you know, watching the other hand, like what we are creating, and she doesn't pay attention what is happening here. So let me just cook that, because basically each time when I say cure, I do exactly the same on the other hand. Just so we can finish them. I sprinkle it with the sugar, remove the excess, and then cure it again. Cook it. Perfect. So now time for the gnome. And he wants some nice and fluffy hat. Honestly, the gnomes are always so easy to paint it. So nice and wobbly. Then make it fluffy. Do not have too much product on your brush. So like once I have start getting too much product, I would clean it off. Okay, at the same time we are gonna paint his mouth. with the red color. And this is something we should do it before, but it is absolutely fine to do it now as well. Sugar the hat. And cook it. Perfect. And when this one is still cooking, I'm just gonna quickly put another snowflake in here. Oh, that was so wrong. Nice and large one. Clean the brush from the red, from the mouth. Twist my client hand. And sprinkle it with the sugar again. I also like notice how I'm sprinkling with the sugar. I'm using the lid and I'm using the actual pot, so I do not waste this product. This one I want to still keep it, and here we are gonna go very simple. I will just do snowflake in there and another snowflake in here. Just because overall they are really rich. Sugar it, and then we just have to do the bird of the gnome and our design is gonna be finished. So let me cook that. Oh, perfect. So we just have to do the bird. So remove the excess. And what you want to do it is you want to go around the mouth. And then start painting this design. I quite like to go like this, more of a messy way rather than full color, because it gives a more texture to it. Just like this. Snowflake on the head. Very nice and tiny. I cannot wait to clean up all this sugar and show you the final results for this set. Perfect. So we need to just sprinkle it with the sugar and then add the 3D nose. Let's cook it. Perfect. Clear gel. which will be like rock solid, I believe. Remove the sugaring, and then we want to just add those ball of the clear gel. Nice and decent, lifted it up. I like to always twirl it almost, like make it a rounded shape, so it's really lifted. You can see it, his nose is like nice and 3D. And then let's cook it, and I can show you the final look. Perfect. And then I can show you the finished result. So you want to remove sugar from the nails, just like this, and then obviously you want to clean the client's hands, which I will just skip it and I will go and let her hand wash. You will be able to see those beautiful set on the thumbnail picture. We also did this hand as well, so it's as both completed. I just need to clean it off, but it's not fully cured yet. Let me actually just cook it a few seconds longer and then I can show you. I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed it and you have learned something new with this set. The sugar glitter, remember, always needs to be cooked really well. And then if your clients would get it dirty, I would advise them to use a nail polish remover or a tiny bit of the acetone just to clean it over with the sugar so they can get the fresh look. But yeah, I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed it, and all the products we have used today are available on our website. We do post internationally, so you can grab them as well. The Perfect Rose is absolutely amazing one for doing those kind of nail extensions. Big hugs, and see you in the next one. Bye.